Welcome to another Hamster Chef DevLog. Today I'm diving into the next part of our development journey. This part should be about how everything works together, from pickup and drop system to mixing system, and I'm aiming to complete the table functionality. Before all that, I encountered a bug and I have to fix this first. I did shoot this video while streaming, and earlier in the stream, I noticed that rotation wasn't being replicated properly. But I'm not exactly sure what changed. The default 3% BP from Unreal should work out of the box, but it's just not working here. I've tried everything from tick on and tick off visibility, tick on and tick off component replication, and it's still not working. But all I did was remove the skeletal mesh from the default mesh component in the third-person character. I move it out and I put it just below the character capsule. After all, the character capsule was rotating fine. After that, the spring arm started working smoothly, ensuring a consistent rotation, and the character rotates fine and replicated properly. And about the whole pickup and drop system, I designed an interaction system where pressing F pickups an item if you're not holding anything. If you're holding something, it checks if you're highlighting another item. And if that another item being highlighted is a plate, the item gets placed on the plate. But if it's reverse, if you're holding a plate and you're highlighting another item, that item is picked up and added to the plate, the one that we are holding currently. Still about the pressing F button, if not holding anything and there are no items nearby, pressing F does nothing. But if we are holding something and there's no items nearby, pressing F does the dropping. Not only dropping, we can throw the item. It is done via separate control button. Dropping and throwing actually uses the same blueprint chain. It's just when throwing, I added an impulse on the end, but if it's just dropping normally, it doesn't add an impulse or the impulse is set to 0. And then the last one is when we are holding an item while highlighting another interactable object. It allows for different interactions. For example, if we holding something and there's a table in front of us, that means we put the item on the table. All of this requires some complex branching, especially for cases like swapping two items when highlighting another object of the same type, and we cannot just decline the action if it's the same type, so we just swap it, the one that with our hand, that the one being highlighted. Maybe if you're a lot more expert programmer than I am, maybe you can figure out like if the classes like the plate or the bun are a lot higher than the item, it should determine whether is it the item that got attached to the plate, reverse, or something like that. But when I do this, I just go out and just branch it while when I'm pressing F, and then I figure out what's happened, and that's how I make the branching logic here with the blueprints. But what if we already have a plate with an item inside? Formerly, we can't pick up anything more, and here we comes to the mixing system. Mixing is crucial for the cooking system. The logic allows for stacking ingredients on plates, both by picking them up or sequentially by directly placing them into a plate that already has an item. This opens up possibilities like mixing noodle with rice, mixing noodle with vegetable or other ingredients. For example, when we currently holding a plate that has a noodle inside, we must be able to pick up another noodle with the current plate, and then vice versa. If we currently holding an item and in front of us there is a plate with another item, we should be able to stack item into it. The third will be about building the table functionality. When implementing table interactions, the table works differently from regular items. Instead, it's being highlighted as an interactable object. We separate it from the item class and they have their own logic. It's totally different. First thing first, If the player highlights a table while holding an item, the item is placed on the table. If an item is thrown at the table detects it and grabs it. The table don't attach objects directly, but it disables physics simulation and updates its position instead. So we snap the position into the top of the table, not attaching it. All of this so that we were able to hold an item while using the table in front of us. For example, we'll be holding a glass of water, an empty glass of water, then using the water dispenser table in front of us. Or while we holding an empty ice cream cone and then we need to use the ice cream machine in front of us. So there's two functionalities to the table. First one is the usual, we put things there or pick things up from there or throw things to there, just the attachment stuff. The second one is we can press E to interact with the table. So for this example, we press E to cut the noodle packaging into the raw noodle, or in the future maybe we can press E to turn on and turn off the stove or dispenser or anything is possible. And now we have the tables. Well, I think that wraps it up. This devlog is already a little bit too long, and also pardon my face cam in the left corner. I record all of this footage while I'm streaming on the Adam's Tech Tips channel. Make sure you're subscribed to see the updates to these simmering systems. I'm targeting that I will be covering how the table fully works and how it can give updates to the item, aka cooking the item or the ingredients. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.